Hello and welcome to the Big Apple School podcast. My name is John. And
my name is Inga.
And today we're going to talk about traditions and customs in Armenia. So, Inga, where are you from?
Oh, actually, I'm from Armenia. So Armenia is one of the ancient countries in the world with long, rich, and not always easy history. So it's a country with delicious fruits and vegetables where you can try different delicious dishes. And of course, there are a lot of interesting sightseeings, ancient temples and churches, and of course, there are a lot of modern and old fountains as well.
Could you tell me the names of the biggest cities in Armenia?
Biggest cities are the capital of Armenia. It's Yerevan. Mm-hmm. The second one is Gyumri. Mm-hmm. I am from Gyumri. And the third one is Kirovakan.
Okay. And how would you describe Armenians, the people?
Oh, Armenians are, as travelers and visitors have already noticed, Armenians are hospitable, friendly, and kind people. So we have a gentle attitude towards children. We adore children. And of course, Armenians are, we have got firm families. We've got mutual respect. And of course, we respect the elderly people. It is just general description of Armenians.
Mm-hmm. And could you describe the Armenian language? I mean, Armenia's in the Caucasus, it's sort of the melting pot, the fusion between East and West, between Islam and Christianity. So how has that affected the language, would you say?
Right. We are a small country. Armenia is a small country. Well, our neighbors are generally actually Muslims, just Azerbaijan, Turkey, Iran. And we've got one more Christian country, it's Georgia. So we have got great influence on Armenian language during this historical period of time. But I should speak about Armenian alphabet. Mm-hmm. So Armenians established their own alphabet in the 5th century Anno Domini, that is to say in AD. And Armenian clergyman Mesrop Mashtots tried to create Armenian alphabet, which is based on the Greek alphabet and Pahlavi script of ancient Persia. So there is a special feature in Armenian alphabet, which has not many languages in the world. That is to say, it's a division of consonants into 3 categories. For example, just voiced consonants, just b, voiced, voiceless, and soft voiceless. That is to say, there are b, p, g, k, k. So there are 39 letters in Armenian language. And one more interesting fact about Armenian language, Armenian alphabet. So there we have got 1 character for each letter. So for example, in English, we've got 2 characters for the sound sh, s and h, ch, C and H. But in Armenian language, you've got 1 character for each letter. There are also a lot of dialects and variations. In Armenia, it's just a small country, but there are 33 dialects. And I don't understand most of them, really. So when people speak, I'm a native speaker, but I don't understand these people. It's difficult.
So,
I'm sorry, George. Can I add one more interesting sentence about Lord Byron? Mm-hmm. Lord Byron used to visit Armenia for many times, and we've got in Gyumri, we've got a school named after Lord Byron. He used to say about Armenian language that it's a language to speak with God.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting, right?
Yeah, it certainly is. So, my next question, might be quite difficult to answer if, there's 39 different dialects. Mm-hmm. How do Armenian people greet each other, presupposing they actually do speak the same dialect? So,
yes, during my lessons, I try to show different videos to my students. We watch videos about different cultures and traditions in different countries, how people greet each other, how just with different, how should I say it, with different methods, with different ways. But Armenian people used to shake their hands, and of course, chiko, the kiss on a cheek, and hold their hands. So women can hold their hands in the street, and it doesn't mean that they are in a relationship. It means that they are very close friends to each other. So it means that. One more interesting fact that I can say about Armenians, that they use French word merci instead of saying their long word thank you, շնորհակալություն. By the way, Armenian words are very long words. So I guess they are lazy to use it շնորհակալություն. So that's why instead of saying շնորհակալություն, they say merci. So when I go to Armenia, I also use this word merci instead of շնորհակալություն.
Why a French word rather?
Actually, I don't know, but it's just maybe short word to say. One more thing, very interesting. We use the word John with the names of people. John, Inga, John. Yeah, it can show our warm attitude towards this person. It shows that we appreciate this person, we respect this person. So I can say John, whenever I see you in the corridor of Big Apple School, if you don't mind.
So I say Inga John.
Inga John, right.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
And so I think I know the answer to this one. Are Armenians hospitable? I think you already told me.
Of course. Armenians are very hospitable. And when you come, you should come hungry to an Armenian family. When you are invited somewhere, you should come hungry. Because we have got a tradition to feed everyone. We are ready to feed everybody with different delicious food. And you can find as much food on the table as it can hold. Really. And one more thing, moreover, you will forced to eat each dish on the table. So if you don't want to eat it, just it's a kind of an insulting thing to the host. So that's why just come hungry, please, to an Armenian family, and in order to avoid embarrassment.
I see. Okay. And these Armenians, do they live in nuclear families or do they live in extended families?
Everybody knows, it's a commonly known fact that Armenian families are big families. So we have to have 3 or 4 children in family. But now it's not about nowadays. This information is not about nowadays, of course. But we actually live with our parents because we respect the elderly people so much you can't even imagine. So it is very important to take into account the opinion of the elderly person. It is very important thing. So our parents used to. It's a kind of a concept. They pay for our education. They pay for our marriage. They buy flats or houses for their children. And they are ready to raise their grandchildren whenever they need it, their parents need it. So our young parents work, but grandparents are ready to take care of their grandchildren. So always, just always. And as we respect them so much, we always try to consider every family issue with our parents. And we should pay attention, we should take their opinions. They are really wise, really wise. And one more interesting fact, that why do we live with them and why do we consider their opinion? Because the percentage of divorces in Armenia is very low. You know why?
Nope.
Because our parents, before we get married, our parents just tell us their opinion about our future husbands or future wives. So that's why we take into account, we take their advice, and of course we in this choice. And that's why when they say, it's a good boy, it's a good girl, you can marry. And if we like this person, of course, we marry. And that's why we have no divorces. It's a low percentage, really. And we have firm families. Firm. It is very important. And we choose a future husband or a future wife once and for all, as all our parents.
I see. So a couple get married. Which parent do they live with the wife's parents or the husband's
parents.
Husband's
it is
parents.
important. We never live with wife's parents, never. It is not for Armenian families.
So, but what if the husband has like 3 brothers? Where do they live? They don't all live...
So they buy a flat.
Yeah.
His parents buy a flat, and this guy goes to his family with his wife and children to another flat to live. So usually, actually, his parents live with the youngest one.
That's interesting.
Okay, so
I would
that's
assume it would have been the oldest one. But...
No, the youngest one to help him. Maybe he's the the youngest one, so that's why maybe help him. I don't know.
See.
Maybe.
Okay. All right. And so, are there any strange, unusual, traditional, peculiar, to Western eyes, customs?
Oh my God!
Armenia?
Yes,
Many.
John. There are a lot of strange, really unusual customs and traditions in Armenia. Just I will try to remember a couple of them. So, for example, newborn. Newborn are only introduced to close family, close, just relatives. So that you can't see a baby for 40 days. It is a kind of a superstition, of course, but our parents pay attention to this fact so that you can't show a baby, a newborn, to other people. They are afraid of evil, afraid of bacteria, so it's important date, 40 days. One more interesting but strange thing about newlyweds. On St. Valentine's Day, on the 14th of February, newlyweds jump over open fire. I did it. I did it with my husband.
How big is this open fire?
It is not so big, but it is just enough to jump over. It is a nice tradition. It is called in Armenian terendes, which means to help God to warm the planet, to warm the soil, the earth. It is in February, right? Before spring. It defends ourselves against misfortune and evil. After that, so all guests after newlyweds jump over this fire, and then we go enter the house and we treat them with delicious, of course, food and wine. Wine, it is also very important. It comes from pre-Christian period, when people worshipped fire and sun. But up to now we do it. It's kind of a tradition. One more strange thing about Armenian girls.
Okay.
Armenian girls on this day, by the way, not married girls, they eat a salty cookie.
A
Salty cookie, right. Our grandparents or our moms, grandmothers, they cook salty cookie on this day according to a special recipe. So these girls mustn't drink water after this cookie.
It's a bit cruel.
So there is a special purpose. They are going to bed after eating this salty cookie in order to see their future husband or future husband, their future boyfriend in their dreams. This husband in their dreams gives them a glass of water. And mostly, John, it coincides. They married to this person. By the way, my situation was the same. I saw my future husband in my dream on this day, and we got married.
Right, so the idea is you eat a salty cookie or biscuit, so that dehydrates you. So when you're asleep, you're dreaming of water.
Right.
As you would. And as you're dreaming, into your mind comes a dashing young prince with a glass of water, and he becomes your husband.
Yes,
Excellent.
it coincides. It coincides. By the way, it's strange, of course, it's strange, but it mostly coincides.
Okay, good.
One more interesting fact is about splashing water on each other. In pagan Armenia, there was a goddess Astrik, god of love. So they used to go to her temple and splash on each other with rosy water. So after that, in pagan Armenian, after that period of time, this tradition was preserved. So nowadays we also do these things in summer, of course, in July, at the end of July or at the beginning of August. What do we do? It is a total fun. So children, teenagers, adults, they run out of their house with a bucket of water and splash this water on each other. And the most important thing, that nobody is annoyed. Nobody is frustrated that, what have you done? I'm going to a special place just in my expensive dress, or I don't know, it's expensive suit. No one. So everybody plays, everybody splashes this water, and it's fun. It's interesting.
So you're minding your own business, you're walking along the street, and some complete random stranger runs out of the house and throws a bucket of water over you.
It's okay.
Yeah, okay.
It's okay.
Right.
It's okay.
What date is this?
There isn't a fixed date. It's at the end of July.
Okay.
It is according to a calendar.
Right.
I'm not sure about
I'll
the
just
date.
remember that.
Yeah.
Not to book a holiday to Armenia end of July.
At the end of July.
Right, you wear waterproofs.
Or you should stay at home the whole day.
Yeah.
One day in a year. One day you should stay at home.
I would imagine July in Armenia is quite hot, though.
Yeah, it's really hot. Especially in Yerevan. In the capital, is just very hot, up to plus 40 degrees of centigrade.
So actually, probably the being water thrown over you is probably quite nice, actually, if it's that hot.
Yeah. It's hot and green.
Yeah.
Hot and green.
It's humid, is it?
Not so as in Novosibirsk, maybe. No, not so much.
And other unusual customs, particularly around Christmas and New Year. Tell me about those.
Actually, it is not so strange, not unusual,
Sure.
but of course we celebrate New Year and Christmas according to our traditional ways. So, for example, we cook a special New Year cookie, big. And our grandmothers put there into this cookie a coin. A big coin, not too small.
Yeah.
A person who gets this coin during the eating, he will be lucky this year. This new year, he will be lucky. Of course, mostly it's again coincides that this person is very lucky when he gets this coin, of course. We also present gifts to each other, and the door of any house on this day is open, and we are ready to welcome everybody, even strangers, on these days, and to treat this person.
And is the date of Christmas in Armenia the same as in Russia, or the same as in, say, the Western Europe?
Oh, actually, we begin celebrating on the 31st of December. But Christmas, we have our special day. It is the 6th of January. In Russia, it is the 7th of January. But Armenian one is on the 6th of January, and we cook a special dish, which is called harissa. It is cooked with meat, chicken, and wheat. And everybody eats harissa on this day.
Okay.
We go to church, we pray, we light candles, of course, and after this church we come back. We have guests, of course, on this day, and we eat harissa.
Okay.
It is very tasty. It's like a porridge,
And it is the traditional religion in Armenia is Christian, obviously, but is it more like the Orthodox of Greece or Russia?
Orthodox.
Or it's Orthodox,
Right, it's
not
Orthodox.
Western Church?
I'm really proud of being that Armenia is the first country in the world that accepted Christianity, adopted Christianity as the first
I remember that.
official religion. And we've got a lot of churches, John, a lot of churches in Armenia. In 301 Anno Domini. So it was adopted for the first time in Armenia.
I presume Armenia was then part of the Roman Empire, would I be right?
No, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Google that one later then.
Yeah. Inform me please later as well. It's very interesting to know.
But I have a feeling the weddings are quite extravagant affairs, are they?
Weddings, right, you're right. So it is just a kind of a long ceremony. So actually, it is divided into parts. So the first one is proposal. The second one is engagement, of course. And the last one already is wedding day.
But this doesn't all happen the same day, surely, no?
No, quite another day. So proposal is organized at the meal. held in bride's house. The groom arrives there with some relatives and his close friends there. And the eldest member of his family, the groom's family, just actually performs the proposal. If the bride's family gives a positive answer, they drink coffee. By the way, we adore coffee. Armenians adore coffee. We drink coffee with sweets. After that, the wedding day is set. So before wedding day, we've got a special days when brides and grooms go shopping, try to fit on wedding dress, shoes, bags, and a lot of jewelry. So actually, we have a lot of guests on wedding day. When I remember my wedding, there were 200 people. It was a big restaurant, a big hall. There were relatives of my and my husband's family, their parents, their grandparents. Actually, we have never seen them before, and we don't see them right now. We don't know them. But actually, we have to invite them. It's a kind of a tradition as well. And we invite neighbors, friends, relatives, far, close, it doesn't matter. So everybody's present. And all of them, so the tables are full of food. Just barbecue, by the way. It's the main dish, barbecue. And we dance a lot. Armenian dances, of course, we dance a lot. So it's a nice thing, of course, nice. But maybe Western countries can consider it strange enough to have 200 guests, 250 guests. What about you, John? What about England or Great Britain?
Yes, I think some weddings can be very large. How big is mine now? 100, I think. 100. So it's not unusual to have a large number of guests at a wedding. And just like in Armenia, you end up inviting distant relatives you don't see from one year to the next, you never see again. And the same goes for certain friends, and you're always obligated to invite the great maiden aunt who lives in Newcastle and can't get there, so you have to, I remember the evening before my wedding, having to go collect my wife's aunt from some distant place and drive her to Bristol. Never met the woman before, never met again. So there you go. But it's not unusual to have big weddings in Britain, but they cost a fortune, don't they? Yeah, people, I believe in Britain, they're talking about somebody spending £20,000, £30,000 each wedding.
It is really expensive.
Is it expensive in Armenia?
Yeah, expensive, of course. Everything expensive. Just to have just a lot of guests, to treat them with different expensive dishes. It's, of course, it costs a fortune. What about your strange traditions? Maybe you have something strange connected with weddings.
No, just a cake.
Big cake.
Yeah, in tiers normally, And the idea used to be you'd eat the bottom cake. And that would be doled out amongst the guests. But the next tier, you'd keep that for the christening of the firstborn. But I don't know if that's still lasts or not now.
But what do you actually present, John, on wedding day? What did you get on this day?
Me? Well, on your wedding day. Strings we swap. We don't give each other presents. Just
we
rings.
have a tradition to present money. More often people present money. So more close relatives know what do they need actually. Maybe some equipment, maybe some just a kind of maybe trip to warm countries.
Sorry, I misunderstood. What I thought you meant. What does the bride and groom exchange between themselves?
No. About relatives.
Yes, just similar. Yes. In fact, it's very mercenary and very organised because you produce what's called a wedding list, and
really?
and it can be as specific as page 73 of such and such a catalogue, this colour, this size, and people write back in saying, yes, we've chosen that, so you don't get...
okay.
There's always the standing joke about you've got 4 toasters for your wedding, or when they came out, electric carving knives.
Sure.
I've had quite a few electric carving knives on my wedding day, because not everyone sticks to it.
Okay. But do you inform them before?
Oh, yeah, a long time ago.
They call you and you say...
It goes with the wedding invitation, right?
Oh,
the list goes in the same envelope.
Okay. So you put down, I don't have these things, and you can choose what to present.
Yeah.
Oh, it's quite just normal thing.
Yeah.
Not to buy 4 toasters or washing machines.
We're trying to avoid 4 toasters.
Yeah, it's fine. We don't do it. Actually, we prefer to present money in an envelope. You can buy whatever you want, whatever you need.
Yeah.
It's just quite...
That's quite logical, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, so we've done weddings. Now, thing is, are you proud of being an Armenian, Inga?
Of course.
And what particularly are you proud of?
I'm really proud that my country was the first country, as I've already told you, that adopted Christianity as official religion. I'm really proud of it. So I'm really proud that our cognac, our brandy, which is called Ararat, is known all over the world. So even Winston Churchill used to drink only Armenian cognac of 50 degrees, John.
Really?
Which was called Dvin, of 50 degrees. And one more interesting...
You mean 50
degrees?
Percent?
Yes, percent, I mean. Very strong.
Yeah.
And only Armenian one. And one more interesting fact that one bottle of 70 years old cognac was sold in London's auction for $120,000.
Wow.
The most expensive cognac, I guess.
I wonder, you couldn't drink it though, could you?
No, I can't. Armenian women don't drink, by the way. We can just sip wine, a little bit wine during our holidays, but we don't drink. Our men drink wine. Sometimes they try cognac. We have all this alcohol on tables during our holidays, but actually we don't drink, especially Armenian women. The next one I'm really proud of, John, it's our lavash. It's our bread, which is made in a tandoor. It's a kind of a hole in the ground. It is a thin pita, which is listed by UNESCO as part of intangible cultural heritage of humanity. It is a really serious thing, I guess. One more also thing that
what the idea is so that somebody can't set up a lavash baking enterprise somewhere in, say, Solihull in Birmingham in England and say, look, genuine Armenian lavash. No, they're not allowed to do that. That's to protect the
so that's
heritage.
Heritage. The next one, our rugs, Armenian rugs. We've got Persian rugs as well. But Armenian rugs is kind of a must-do activity. It used to be a must-do activity. Our women used to weave rugs with different colors and different patterns, which is also very important, I guess. So to have warm floors, to have warm walls. So that's why we have big, small, with different sizes. And we use them. One more thing that
walls as well as for insulation on the walls as well as the floors.
Right. One more thing that I'm really proud of is our khachkars. That is to say, cross stones. Cross stone, right? With different interlaces and botanical subjects on it. It has also been inscribed in UNESCO's list of intangible cultural heritage.
Oh, you mean like gravestones?
Right.
Yeah, so are they a simple cross? Are they...
It's not actually gravestone, John. It's a kind of a stone, big stone with a big cross on it.
Oh, I see.
And a lot of patterns next to this big cross. A lot of patterns. Even pomegranates there.
Pomegranates,
yeah.
Oh, I see.
A lot of carves on this stone. And with different colors as well. Just pink color, black color of these cross stones.
How old are these stones then?
They're really old. They're really old.
And the colours have survived?
Yeah.
What they were put on with?
So they're just, it's kind of culture. Culture. I've already told you about pomegranates. It is also our symbol of Armenia, pomegranates.
Pomegranates. Okay.
By the way, what is your symbol? Have you got a symbol in Great Britain?
Oh, let's see.
Maybe fruit, maybe.
Fruit. Not really. Roses. There's the red rose of Lancashire and the white rose of Yorkshire. But that's to do with royal houses, and there was a war of the roses in about 600 years ago, so we won't go into that. Symbols. We put 3 lions on a football shirt, so it's a lion. I think it's a peculiar a lion. You know, no, why a lion? I don't know. After all, there's no lions anywhere
Maybe
near
it's
Britain.
power.
It must be. And Britain's far from the only country that has a lion as its national symbol. I mean, I'm trying to think of another country that does, but there are several, and which also don't have lions in them. You know? If you imagine if Sierra Leone had a lion as its national symbol, that'd be obvious, but why? We don't know.
The pomegranates are our symbol, and they symbolize good fortune and fertility. It is also seen in stone carvings in historical manuscripts as a common ornament. And I'm really proud that Serj Tangian is Armenian. Do you know him?
No.
He's a famous singer in the band System of a Down. Charles Aznavour. Do you know him?
Oh, hang on, Charles Aznavour. Yes,
he's Armenian actually. He's Armenian.
Yes, he used to do this, didn't he?
And he used to help Armenians a lot with money, with a lot of buildings that he tried to construct after big earthquakes.
He only died recently, didn't he? Very recently, because he's very old.
He was 90 years old already.
I remember him, yes.
Yes, he's Armenian.
He had quite a big hit in the 1970s in Britain, I think. I can't try to remember it now. I vaguely remember. I can't remember the tune. Anyway, yes, I do remember Charles Aznavour.
I'm really proud of this fact as well. And one more thing, Aram Khachaturian, the well-known composer. His ballets, operas are
Pronounce it again.
Aram Khachaturian. Do you know him? Have
you mean
heard?
As in
Khachaturian.
Right. I've heard it pronounced Khachaturian.
Really? Oh, maybe Armenian pronunciation will be Aram Khachaturian.
I think the piece of music I've heard is the saber dance. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And I seem to recall back in the 1960s a guitar group did a version of Khachaturian saber dance, and it reached the top 10 in 1963.
Really. So he's Armenian. I'm just really proud of this fact.
Okay. Well, that was really interesting.
Thank you. So I'm so excited to have an opportunity to speak about our traditions and customs, because Armenia is very small, and many people don't know, even haven't heard about Armenia. There are such people, by the way.
You stimulated my interest, and it's on my list of places to visit now.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm glad.
Okay, thank you very much, Inga. This is John and Inga signing off from Big Apple. Thank you very much.
See you very soon.
Bye.
In next video, in next podcast, maybe.
Maybe.
Bye-bye.
Bye.